Twisty was underserved in his American Horror Story series debut, and unfortunately, his return in cult also didn't live up to expectations. Twisty the Clown was underserved in his American Horror Story series debut, and unfortunately, his anticipated return in cult also didn't live up to expectations. John Carroll Lynch first played the terrifying figure in Season 4, Freak Show, before reprising the role in Season 7. The actor continues to be a go-to name for Ryan Murphy's horror anthology, especially when the plot calls for serial killer roles. Aside from Twisty, Lynch has portrayed John Wayne Gacy and the fictional Mr. Jingles. In Freak Show, Twisty was a murderous clown who kidnapped children, believing he was saving them from their respective parents. Despite his violent tendencies, the man's backstory was extremely tragic. Due to his mental disability, Twisty was drawn to a traveling circus where he worked as a clown in the 40s. As a response to his popularity, fellow carnival employees spread false rumors that claimed Twisty was a child predator. With his reputation ruined, Twisty couldn't find work, so he returned home to Jupiter, Florida. During his lowest point, Twisty attempted suicide, blowing off the lower half of his jaw. He survived, but to cover up his deformity, the man wore a creepy prosthetic resembling a clown's mouth. Despite the hype surrounding Twisty the Clown's arc in Freak Show, the character only stuck around for a total of 4 episodes. When he was turned away from Elsa Mar's Freak Show, he went on a murdering spree, kidnapping children along the way so they could be his audience. Dandy Mott eventually became his accomplice before their reign of terror was thwarted by Freak Show employees, Jimmy Darling and Maggie Esmeralda. Edward Mordrake then enlisted Twisty as part of his entourage of damned souls. The villainous clown appeared in one more episode, but looking back, the role of Twisty was wasted considering the potential. Those who wanted Twisty to have more time in the spotlight were once again disappointed by the character's brief return in cult. How cult should have used Twisty the Clown. Ahead of American Horror Story Season 7, the series made an effort to advertise the return of Twisty, one of the show's creepiest characters. This bit of news excited fans who felt shortchanged by the killer clown's initial arc. Unfortunately, Twisty's presence was confirmed to be through the presence of an action figure and comic book owned by the child of the central character, Ally Mayfair Richards. Her son, Oz, read a comic that featured a fictionalized version of Twisty despite the fact that Ally had a clown phobia. The young boy then suffered from nightmares, which featured a quick appearance by Lynch reprising his role as Twisty. The cameo, however, only reminded fans that the complicated clown never received the screen time he deserved. While it would have been difficult to include Twisty in the present-day timeline, there were ways cult could have given the character a better payoff. The season could have used Twisty as the direct inspiration behind Kai Anderson's clown cult by making the followers dress up as the infamous killer. This would have allowed for more flashbacks into the figure's past. There could have also been some sort of copycat killer orchestrated by Kai when he was targeting Ally. All that said, maybe Twisty will finally get a worthy opportunity if he returns for the upcoming American Horror Story spin-off or a future season of the show.